Whoa, 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 once three sisters sang in sweet harmony. Now two are here, still planting good seed. Jackie and Gail, yeah, they're walking in light, sharing their stories, keeping hearts bright, talking about life and faith and real love, sending out hope from the one above. When they speak, you can feel what's true, 'cause they've lived it all, and they'll walk with you. Jackie and Gail, just love, just real. Two voices of grace that help you heal.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Raw, Restoring Awesome Warriors. I'm Jackie H., your host, and I have here with me the co-host Gail Barron, the judge, prophetess, uh, author. You got a lot of titles behind your name, but anyway, um, welcome back. Welcome back to our podcast where we're just talking and sharing. We're not expert at anything, but I think I'm becoming an expert at some of this stuff. Oh, no. But anyway, Gil, how you doing?
I'm well. How are
Doing-
you?
I'm doing good. Very cloudy day. Winter is coming. I got my heat on already. I can't take the cold no more. Been time that we waited till at least October or November to turn the heat on now, and I got it on. It's already on. I can't take it. Um, so, as we give our report, how's your health? That's all right. Gil, is you doing it? Is you keeping up with your health? Like really?
I'm keeping up.
Okay. All right.
It don't seem like it, but I am.
Now, you ain't going back to just eating
But
everything and
no,
don't.
no,
Oh,
no,
okay. You must have had something today then, because that's why you start laughing.
no.
Okay.
I think for me, I drink a lot, and
Oh,
so I don't know. I don't
because you
know.
always
But
drink it and eat nice, right? Yeah. Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm keeping, like I said, I'm waiting for December and see exactly what I did. So that's going to tell it. I know what I'm saying, but I want to see the record
okay.
show. Okay. Well, I think we got on tap today that we're going to do a little talk about stop hiding.
Yeah.
Stop hiding. And I want you to give a little scenario on what we're going to be talking about uh,
Well,
when we say that
stop
stop hiding.
hiding behind stuff.
Mhm.
Camouflage. You remember? We were coming up. People were always selling big TVs on the avenue.
Mhm.
But when you got them home, there wasn't TVs. It was made up of a lot of bricks and stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm saying, um,
Oh my God.
so what it looked like up front
What,
is
what, what,
not no.
oh,
Had the box and the picture on it, but inside that box
bricks?
it was
Man. Only
it's
in North Philly.
only a. But sometimes we do that as human beings. We camouflage. We look one way out front, but behind what is displayed is something totally different.
Yeah. And that can lead someone who is watching you thinking it's one way, and it's not
Right.
even like that. It reminds me of a story I heard of Joyce Myers. She said her and her husband argued all the way up to the front of church, to the front, to the parking lot. But they got out and said, "Praise the Lord, hallelujah. How you doing today?" It was people wanted their marriage or wanted who they were, but she said it wasn't who they was. They just knew to stop it then.
But
So
people are more wiser now. Um, you can tell when it's not from a pure place. You can't hide for so long because it's going to tell either your facial expressions,
yeah, you show up.
uh, you be curt with people, what you say, popping off, because if your heart is messed up or you're angry about something that happened before you got there, you can only fake it for so
So
long
yeah,
before that real. And the only thing you need is something to trigger you,
yeah.
and the real you will come out. So just stop hiding anyway, and fix it.
Is that because of culture, the of the reason why you hide, or society? Why do you hide?
It
Why
can be,
if I was arguing with you before I got, or we was doing something, what is I'm hiding from? The look of picture? Is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Oh
because it can be in any number of things.
yeah.
Um, you don't want people to think that uh you're less than perfect or whatever, but
Mm.
everybody it's pride,
Wow.
you know,
Okay. Mhm.
putting up that, but you can feel it. It's
Yeah.
you don't have to say nothing. You can tell when people are off.
So we was talking earlier about lack of understanding is not an excuse of, just because something you don't understand, or I have to understand, it doesn't excuse what you just did.
Yeah, even if I do understand why you're going through,
Yeah.
you had a bad day or whatever the case may be, that is still no excuse
You popping off
to
at me?
pop off at me.
Yeah. Well, you think, is it because people don't know how to just say what's wrong? Or do they know? Like, I used to remember the days when my husband used to come home, and he worked as a mechanic. Well, in that business, it depends on the cars, how you going to get paid. So I can always tell already
When they didn't get
when they
paid,
didn't get paid, because he walked in with it's like taking out on me. I didn't have nothing to do with just happened, but it took me a while
catch on.
to catch on. Okay, he done had a bad day, but why couldn't you just say that? Why do I get the treatment of you? You
Maybe
know?
don't know how to explain or thinking you're going to say something, but I think the best way is just be honest, because after you get finished with that uh
Pop off.
pop off, and then you gotta come down, humble yourself, and say I'm sorry, and then not have no money too.
Yeah, there's a
Man,
lot. There's a lot. I'm truly asking this question. I know that that's not the proper way to do it. But you just said something, you said it might be embarrassment, it might be pride to not say it didn't work out, that you didn't get nothing. Or do you think sometimes people just don't know how?
I
Like
agree,
you treated me like that because you really don't even know why you acting like that.
and
Like,
and that could be an answer. You don't know, but that's detrimental because you don't know, and I ain't trying to. I'm not gonna keep on putting up with what you dishing out. So both of us don't know, and that me not knowing can make me walk away.
yeah. So somebody got to wise up, or or
If it's
let's
worth
let's
it,
let's have a
yeah.
conversation. If it, um, there's a lot of people that treat their kids and wives or girlfriends and stuff, but it could be something that triggered in their life.
It can
Like
be
they don't know
both
how to even,
sides.
yeah, they don't even know how to treat you. That's all they saw coming up, is that treatment, and you doing the same thing to somebody else. But I want to know, how long do I supposed to put up with it?
When you come to the knowledge of what it is,
So do I address it?
of course.
Okay, when?
Well, if you recognize what it is, I wouldn't address it
right
the
then.
moment. I wouldn't address it then because it can go somewhere else.
Right.
But wait a day or two when things are calmed down. But don't leave it unaddressed.
Mhm.
We talked about not long ago about things left unaddressed, issues, infections left unaddressed, cause or demands amputation. And that amputation could be a severing of relationship. So do not address it.
So as being wise, sometimes if both of you don't understand or don't know, how do we come to? Do you have to see yourself? Like, how do you even recognize this is that? Like, I had to recognize he didn't get paid. Like for a long time, I didn't know what it was.
If you
But what if I
tuned
didn't?
in,
But what if I didn't recognize? You just keep
well,
on going on.
when you learn patterns, after a while, you should. You told me, didn't you recognize that bush that you passed 5 times? If if you don't recognize what it is, then that's an issue on both ends. So there should be. That's what helps us one to another. So both of us shouldn't be in the same spot. The blind lead the blind. We all both gonna fall into a ditch. Somebody to understand something or recognize something. We we had that when we were having children, knowing the different cries when they're wet, hungry, or they're sick. It's the same thing. You ought to be in
But
tune.
that's somebody that you have a relationship with.
I'm
If
not.
I'm walking into something and you just start popping up, and I don't know you had a bad day. I don't know
Well,
what
I
the
thought that's what you was talking about. I ain't
no.
talking about.
I'm just talking in general. People do that. They might walk into your workspace and somebody done had a bad morning. Maybe something happened, and
Uh,
they come in and start popping off or treating you a certain way, and it's because of something that they're going through. I'm trying to see how how would I
I
supposed to
may
know?
let it go once. I thought you was talking about relationship,
No
but
relationship,
not somebody just coming off and just start popping off at me.
but they can be going through something.
They could be, but
Not that.
not today.
Okay.
Tomorrow don't look good either.
Well,
Is it that?
no,
Is
but
it no excuse?
we're talking serious though, because there's a lot of people who is going through. Too embarrassed to talk about it. I knew a girl that was going through domestic violence. So when she came to work, everybody caught it. Ain't nobody know that. I didn't know that you was. So you just seemed like a mean person. But would it? I'm just saying, is there a moment? I get it. You got to say something. You're not gonna keep on doing like that. But you gotta you gotta think maybe something's wrong, or do you just think the person's just mean? Like, do you
No, I normally give
have
people
discernment
the
of that
benefit
something?
of the doubt
Hmm.
1 or 2 times, but
But would you pull them aside, or just it could be different scenarios there?
different scenarios.
Okay.
But if I keep seeing this a pattern, I just back away, or
Okay.
I'll stop because even if you don't know what's wrong with you, I have discernment,
Hmm.
and I'm not just going to take punishment.
But I'm asking you, would you say something, or is it that you just get out of their way, just don't
It
just?
depends on if I'm not
Because
going to say I'm
sometimes
not going to say
people.
nothing to a stranger. Like
I'm talking about a coworker or somebody that's in your path. It
oh,
don't have to be
oh,
nobody close to you.
I
But
was I would ask if they're all right.
okay,
Is something going on?
yeah. But sometimes I know people say, "Well, they ain't my problem." She gonna stop talking to me. He gonna stop talking to me like that. But sometimes you can tell when it's just arrogance, or is it really something deep that is a problem, like something's wrong. You pick up on to say, to just say, "Or is something you okay?" Or is something
I would do that.
Okay, all right,
I would do that.
okay. But you was talking about people who you know that do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was coming up, I saw a lot of things that people just treated you a bad way or doing things, but I don't think they knew how to say what was wrong with them. And they knew, I think they knew why they was angry or why they was doing it, but I think because of the pride and the embarrassment to say what it was. But I, how long do I supposed to take it? Or or not address it?
I guess it's to each his
Two times.
own.
Okay.
Um,
What's your limit? You said two times. I mean, three strikes is out. You with the two?
I don't go by two, three strikes. You're out, but I am a little lenient if I know you. What I
Okay.
mean, if I know that there's an issue, then
Mhm.
I'm more subtle to give grace
Good, based on relationship.
based on relationship.
Mhm.
But some people, uh, my grace is a little different.
Okay. And why is that?
Um, some people can't help themselves. Like Bishop Noah Jones said one time, I'm in trouble, but it's not my fault. Like teenagers, kids, they don't know why they're disposition and why they're acting out.
Mhm.
But some adults, they could be in the same
Yeah,
boat,
I get ready to say.
but then there are others.
So you have to weigh the
You have to
situation
wait
because
it.
there are some adults that act like children,
Yeah.
like they act out because of things too. So that's what I'm saying. I don't. If both of us don't have discernment, that would probably just be a mess. If I don't have discernment and the
Yeah.
person is doing what or vice versa, it but it should be somebody see this is a problem,
Yeah.
or even if it's not a problem, you're just being rude. I think sometimes that needs to be addressed. To even tell somebody how they acting.
Well,
Sometimes.
nowadays people do observe more, even in school. Like they send notes home. Have your child gotten enough rest,
Yeah.
or has there been a difference in the child's life?
Mhm.
Because the behavior
Reflect.
could originate from anywhere.
Yeah. I remember. Well, I have to keep going back in my past where I start learning about different behaviors, like somebody that was vibrant and full of life, and after a while they just shut down to be quiet. And you'll hear people say, "Oh, they acting bougie, they don't want to speak," and you don't even know that was a sign. So you even got to know different signs. Everybody that's quiet or ignoring you or don't want to be bothered doesn't mean they have a problem with you. It could be something they're going through, but that's all it looked like when you talked to me yesterday. What's the problem today? But
Right.
maybe the day is overwhelming. But it's just learning different behavior.
And on that note, when you notice people shut down, that normally was vibrant. I was thinking on about that today, and I'm gonna go scripture with you. So I was thinking about you remember Zechariah, John the Baptist's father,
Yeah.
and he went into the temple, and the angel told him he was going to have a son, but he doubted, and because he doubted, he couldn't talk no more for 9 months. He was silent, and it wasn't until the child was born and they asked him what the child's name was that his tongue was loose. So I thought about that even for my life. And John the Baptist, not only was he a forerunner, but he had a great job to do. But it wasn't until the loosing of the tongue, you can be silent, but it's not until you get your freedom in your spirit, in your mind, that the greater things that you are destined to have will come to pass. And so that was I was thinking about this afternoon of being silent for a long time, but now that God is restoring my life, is bringing things that it's just a wonderful thing when you no longer have things over your head or that will keep you from not doing what you need to do to gain uh your freedom of speech, freedom of spirit. So I
Mhm.
was thinking about that. It's wonderful and it's a blessing to when you're no longer silent.
So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna look into the camera and see what I got to say. So is this why you treated me so bad a long time because you have been silent and you was mad because I had freedom?
Oh no, I was trying to loose you without me being loose. And so that was gonna be my encouragement to you tonight. Get free. You don't have nothing holding you back no more.
I know, but you think
Do
you think you think I'm bound?
You're coming out of it. You were.
Oh, when was that? How many years?
Oh,
What you talking
you
about?
just started getting free.
Oh no, what year? what year? What time
What time? What?
did I get free?
Um,
What's the time frame?
when did you get free?
Yes,
January 2025.
the
When
devil,
you
the devil is a lie.
or
Uh,
on he said
oh my
we'll know the
God!
truth and the truth will make us free. You don't realize silence.
So, because our topic is stop hiding. So I was hiding because I wasn't free.
Right. You bound.
So people just thought I was quiet.
Yeah.
Oh,
You knew
you just
you
made that up, yo.
I didn't just
Just
make
oh
it
my
up. You
God.
knew you wasn't quiet, but you wasn't going forth either.
Yeah, no.
But I've
But it's not.
noticed since we started doing this podcast and telling our truth, just telling our story, like you said, not being experts, but just even rehearsing, bringing back up the things that we have experienced and gone through. It caused laughter
Yeah,
and it freed you. I know I'm free.
yeah. Well, that's that's why we're doing it
Yeah,
because we couldn't do it earlier
yeah,
because it was just been talking. But when you been through and you're on the other side, then that's the sojourner truth. You're
yeah.
going to bring somebody else through, but you won't even know what to talk about. You wouldn't even know freedom till you've been bound.
Right,
So
right.
being bound helped me once you got free. I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, this feels good."
You don't know what it
Yeah,
is to wear a smile
yeah,
if you never wore a frown.
yeah.
I saw a saying not long ago, God, thank you for letting me smile, but don't ever let me forget that I frown. Because some things of
Keep you humble.
yeah,
Hmm.
who sing that song? It gotta be rain in your life before you can appreciate the sunshine and what comes from the heart.
You're showing your age.
Huh?
You're showing your age with that song.
It's all right. It's all right. It's a privilege denied to many. I'm enjoying the freedom. I can laugh, you know, just for no reason at all.
Yeah, you do that quite often now. You just that's why we think you making fun of me. Like, what you laughing at? But I'm just free. I said, okay, all right. As long as it ain't something I did, No, but that's what we're hoping for people that stop hiding or see why you're hiding and work on that so you can have the freedom.
I was
And
talking to my husband today. We, just talking about certain things, and I was letting him know that in my life right now, I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm not trying to debate you. And some of those words you told me not to, you know, keep out of my vocabulary, but it's you like it, I love it. I'm free. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of time when you're a people pleaser, you think more about what others thinking or how they gonna feel rather than freeing yourself.
But that right there is boundary itself because I think we got that from Daddy. Um, he's going on now to be with the Lord, but it's sometimes I wish I would have had some conversations with him of why his demeanor was. It was great, but I want to know, was it just simply pleasing and you denied yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a habit that we had. We'd rather everybody else to be happy,
Right.
and we'll suffer,
Right.
or not that we was all great or did do things, but we would take the low road a lot of times when both of us was wrong. Okay, well just let both of us be wrong, but we'd rather let you be right and go under. But after a while, you don't know when you sent yourself into being bound on top, So um,
But before you did it involuntarily,
what's that?
gave in, just let them, even if both of us was wrong, involuntarily, you got it. You can have it.
Yeah, but that's for daddy. That's what I'm saying.
I know. But this part is in my life right now. I have a choice.
To involuntary giving. You saying it's not forced, not I choose.
I choose.
The
If I
peace.
want to give you, if I
Yeah,
want to give it to you, I
yeah,
will.
yeah.
But if I feel that I need to say something,
Mhm.
I will. I have that option now.
Right.
Before was just grin and bear it, take it, not no more.
Yeah. So that's why you was the mean girl?
Is that why I was labeled?
Yeah, because you was holding so much in.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well,
Because
because we helping people. Because
right,
sometimes people get a label, but you don't know what you did to me,
yeah,
and you don't know why. I
yeah.
wasn't always like that. I
No,
remember you in grade school. You was happy go lucky, bit. So sometimes people don't even know when people change,
yeah.
or
When you
even know
force
why.
somebody to be something
Yeah,
that they're not or
yeah,
don't want to be,
yeah.
I used to hear you say going against my will. Half the stuff I did, it was because of what somebody else said. That I didn't believe it, but because of your title or whatever, whether it was parents, whether it was clergy or what whoever it was, I respected authority. But a lot of time I did stuff I did not want to do or even like. But now I have a choice. If I choose to do it, I will. If I don't want to do it, I won't. And whatever I state I'm in, I learn to be content.
So you don't hide no more. So everyone, stop hiding. Be okay
Be
with
you.
who you are,
Be you.
and you don't have to take a lot of abuse. And sometimes people think abuse is because it might hit you. Over abuse is when your rights. That's when someone take your rights away. When you just going along with the program, or just people pleasing. Sometimes it can be a form of abuse. It doesn't always have to mean physical. There's mental abuse. I don't know what the other one is, but it's
It's
crazy.
physical,
Yeah,
mental, emotional.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was looking at something on TV last night. It corresponds with what you just said. Um, but in this sitcom, it was telling this young lady to write a letter to your younger self. Um, like you say, dear Jackie, it was never your job to make your mom happy. Her unhappiness lived inside of her long before you were born. You didn't cause it, and you can never fix it. You were a good daughter, and you were worthy of love exactly as you were. So
Yeah.
a lot of times we wear guilt, we wear shame, and uh, because we think we to blame or
Yeah.
whatever. But no, it's that person, and it was in them long before you even came in the picture.
Yeah.
You deserve love. And don't ever think that somebody talking wrong to you, down to you, abusing you is
Your fault.
is your fault.
Mhm.
It's not. And then and sometimes you have to disappear
Okay. Wait, that sounds like magic. There. Tell me what you mean. Disappear what?
because sometimes people don't appreciate your presence,
Oh,
but they'll learn when you're absent.
yeah.
As long as you're there, as long as you're available or make yourself available, they won't ever take you serious. But when you disappear for a while, um, it's not cruelty. It's a boundary that makes growth. So a lot of times you won't grow or you won't learn stuff, but until I'm absent, until I do Houdini, I'm not
This
there no more. I'm not available.
strategy.
Yeah,
A strategy for my peace.
yeah,
I deserve to be treated better.
right,
And you got to believe that about yourself.
right, right,
And as long as people stay there, you stay there and allow it, you're valuable then. So sometimes just not be available.
right.
And it's not being funny.
No, it's not being cruel.
It's too much going on in this day and time for me to be bound by
Right,
people.
right, right.
Simple point blank. Period. .com. You know what I mean? So that's what happened to me this year was I decided peace. It might have brought me out of being bound, but I decided I'm gonna have peace. I deserve it. And
And
I
can't
usually would
nobody stop
and
you
I
but
wouldn't
you.
talk like that because I thought it would that sounded arrogant to even say that. And I was like, what's wrong with saying that I want peace? And I'm gonna have peace at any cost. I was in trouble for any cost.
Right,
I was bound for any cost. You
right,
know, everything else happened at any cost. So now I'm changing over. I decided
right.
to have peace.
And remember
And
that song we used to sing years ago? What would you give in exchange for your soul?
yeah,
Then the second verse was, I give all I have.
yeah,
What would you do for peace? You know, you can't even attach a price tag to it.
yeah. Not for
You
peace.
can't.
No, no, no.
Mm-mm. I
Don't even
choose
make up
peace.
one.
No.
Yeah, don't even have, I'm not even gonna make up no numbers for peace.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to help people that being bound and hiding and changing who you are for everything. Sometimes it's not your fault, but you're changing to please others, and then they go on and you don't change to somebody you don't even recognize your own self. So sometimes you have to just stop. Look, we need to talk a couple. I know right now you're having a bad day, whatever that is, but maybe in a few days we need to sit down because you're causing me
Right.
to be. You're fussing at me. You're howling. Or nothing is right. Or it can be someone tell me the same thing. And it's not always somebody bother me. If I've done anything to you, sometimes at that moment you got to know when to speak, how to address, and just use wisdom. But at any cost, I'm going to have peace. You're not going to keep popping off at me every day, and I don't know what's wrong with you. Let's talk about it. And if you're too prideful to talk about it or too ashamed, but then maybe just don't come around people. But that's not fair.
It's not. It's not.
You're not being treated fair for what you're going through, and then now you put now maybe that's what you want. You want everybody to be miserable with you. I don't know what you know,
They
but
say misery loves company,
yeah.
but
What's it,
I was always told, remember the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others to do unto
but I
you.
have I have a problem with the going
Why?
because what I see some people doing to themselves, I don't want to do that to me.
Yeah,
So if
that's true.
is you talk about the heal, do unto other as you have them doing to you, because some people don't treat themselves good
You're right.
and well.
You
So I
you
don't
you're right.
know,
But as you would like to be treated, as you would want somebody to treat you,
but I want to
then
make sure what you want to be treated like that. I'm serious. I'm you know how that scripture. Okay, you got to help me. The two the two golden rules. the commandments of God
Love God,
and
love your neighbor
as
as Christ loved you,
yeah,
not as you love yourself.
right. But if you only know how Christ love you and you're not even accepting His love, what you do? What are we doing?
I don't know. You have to
Something
be.
you have to know about
You have
relationship.
right.
You have to get. We it's the scriptures and we quote it, but sometimes the action is not. They ain't how Christ loved me.
right.
He gave His only begotten Son for me. He died for me. Sometimes I'm trying to figure out how I'm treating people. Like we're not Christ like. So sometimes it's the word, but you got to be a doer of the word.
Sure do.
And you got to learn what relationship with. If you ain't got a relationship with Christ, you definitely don't have one with me. Or if I don't have a relationship with Christ, I just we laugh about this, but it ain't funny because you used to get on me, especially when I was married. Yeah, what was I doing? You know, come on, man. Like God loved you. You got to love. And
Right.
sometimes when you think you're loving, that's not what love is. You're doing something, but that's not what Christ is.
What Daddy always used to say, this is for believers, because a lot of people
I'm
can
talking to
quote.
the believer. Okay.
But
I don't know what you believe in, but
yeah,
sometimes you think you're believing and you say you're living for God, but I think the believers need to check back over because
right,
the
right,
Bible was written to, especially when Paul and them was writing, they was talking to the believers, the
right,
churches, but they
right.
was one that was doing all the stuff.
Doing all the stuff.
So I got to get right at trying to find a relationship with God that I won't be caught up in Galatian and who the church Corinthians. When he was writing that stuff, it's like this the church people telling you.
Yeah.
He was at the church talking to the people.
Church people was the ones that he say they'll put burdens on you. They
Yeah.
won't take a finger to lift off.
Yeah.
You know it that them in there.
Yeah. So we gotta mount up and see how we're treating people and make sure our relationship with God is on point because
Right,
it don't mean just open up the Bible or going to Bible class or I read today. Have you applied it?
right. That's it.
You, you
That's
gotta
it.
So I had to. I think probably the last 5 years of my marriage, I started applying love. Like when you think of what love, we're gonna have this topic one
Yeah.
day because sometimes what people think love is,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't even touch the surface of that. Because we say Christ gave His only, and sometimes we're not giving our
Right.
all to people or our relationship or whatever it is. So that's a subject that we gotta. It's a hard subject, but when you say you Christ like,
Yeah.
you got to think about what Christ did.
Just like the word says, man look on the outward, but God looks at the heart. I can perform all I want and look just like I'm doing crossing every T and dotting every I.
Mhm.
But behind the scenes, God knows.
Did you see my heart?
No, I can't see. I know the X-ray machine.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can you
No.
see me outside, but you really don't
You
even know what
talk
I'm.
good. You talk good
You
though.
talk good, but you don't
But
even
he
know what
said
I'm
you
thinking.
honor me with your lips,
Wow.
but your heart is far from me. We say a lot of things, but your behavior has to match your speech.
And sometimes you got to think about both of them, your speech and your behavior. But sometimes I think we don't think. We just perform. There is not no thinking. Nothing is added up. And sometimes when you done something so long away,
Mm-hmm.
you think it's right. It seems right.
Seem right.
So that scripture comes to mind that form of God, form of we have a form of something. We knew when we was kids, we knew how to play church. We knew how to mock people. We knew how to testify. We knew how to do all. We did. We played church in the basement because of what we saw.
See,
But
practice it.
practice. So you got to make sure in life that you're not practicing. God calling for the real deal.
Yeah.
It's the real thing.
It has to get to the point where Shirley say, they told Mama Shirley ain't playing
They
no
ain't playing
more.
no more.
You practice church, you practice being a preacher and everything else.
Yeah.
But the spirit get a hold to you, you can't play.
So our topic today is just stop hiding, stop taking out on others, and expecting them to understand why you in the condition that you in. Somebody got to give so we can get better, and that's the only thing we're trying to do. We're just trying to get better. We God is calling for us to get better and live the life so we can show someone else. Once we've been converted, we can go help someone else. And people don't even want sometimes what we have because of what what we're
Absolutely.
displaying. So we got to be just be mindful of what you're displaying. And if you don't know what you're displaying, I found this out, Gail. I can't judge myself. What I mean, sometimes I got to check in with somebody else to see how I'm doing because you 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 never look back at you.
Yeah.
Only way you see your face is in the mirror.
Right.
So you got to ask somebody or measure up. We say measure up to the word, but sometimes they ain't even read that. So you got to check in. Gail, how am I acting today? How did you feel? That's how I start getting better with my relationship. You kept telling me you can't act like that. You can't do this. So sometimes you got to have somebody that got your back to say, "Girl, you know that ain't right."
On that note, in therapy, they gave me what they call mirror therapy. So they set a mirror in front of me, and whatever I wanted, I did with my left hand. I had to picture my right hand doing it,
Uh,
and that was called mirror therapy. So even if my right hand didn't move, I can visualize it doing what my left hand was doing, and that was called mirror
yeah.
therapy. Because what I did with my left hand and whatever I told my left hand to do, it should ignite my right.
So you had to do the right thing with your right hand.
Yeah.
Your left hand.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can mirror the wrong thing.
No, mirror the one that's functioning, which
Yeah.
is my left.
Yeah.
And I picture whatever I picture my left hand doing. So it'll move. See my fingers?
Yeah.
It'll move if I keep. But
So you need to get a mirror.
yeah.
All right. So
Yeah. You see it?
yeah. So
It'll make
if you
yeah.
mirroring anger,
Yeah. That's
it,
what's going to
right,
happen.
whatever you mirror, and you got to check in. Ask
Yeah.
somebody. So that's how you check in. You see what's going on in the mirror.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget that. Check in with me.
I will.
Ask me how you doing, or put that mirror in front of like you did. That was a good example.
Yep.
We got to check in sometime with each other. Stop assuming and being our own
I'm
guy.
all right.
Yeah, I'm all right. Or I know I'm doing okay. I treated you right, but no. How did it look to somebody else? How did it look in that mirror? Because you're not looking at it. Okay, you hear me? Oh, not okay. You, yeah. But anyway, uh, God bless you. God bless you. We always have fun talking to each other. Sometimes it don't be um, scripted because sometimes what comes from the heart.
It reaches the heart.
Yeah, we went through a lot. We've been through a lot of things that wasn't written down, and that's our life. Because when you was in trouble and doing what we did, we ain't had nothing
No
following
manual.
it. We
Right.
we did exactly. So now it's coming from a pure place of check in sometime with someone else and make sure you're doing okay. Stop
If
hiding.
you're humble and you're honest, you'll do it.
Yeah.
And if you want help,
Well,
some people will ask you, but they really didn't get mad at you for telling them the truth. You
okay.
gotta wanna know the truth because
Well,
on opposite side of truth is deliverance.
it's delivered. Well, if you're gonna get mad about the truth, then you really don't want to be. You don't want freedom because you got to go through some hard things to get to
You
the other
have
side.
to.
And facing truth is not the truth on somebody else.
Yeah.
It's the truth
On
about
you.
on myself. So, Gail, as we always say, it's been good talking to you. It's been good just expressing some things. Stop hiding. Stop making other people go through something they don't know. You come in and you had a bad day, and I don't know what the day went like that, and you just off on me. But then I want to take it and have discernment to know there is something wrong. Let me wait. Sometimes use wisdom, maybe a couple of days or something. But this can't continue to be a monthly or a weekly thing that we say we're gonna have to have the conversation. What's the problem? What's going on? That don't excuse how you just walked in the house and treated me. Or that didn't excuse what you did. Remember, Daddy told me about that girl that was at the shopping center. It was a cashier, and she was totally just rude to him, to our father. And I was in character. I was coming out of character. And Daddy patted me on my shoulder. And it's okay. It's okay. She just might be having a bad day. So
But see,
he discerned
he
that day.
and that's
'Cause
how we pattern because they taught when we didn't want to think right or wanted to react. It was always a word. Don't do that. Don't
yeah,
don't say that.
yeah.
We nickname even got y'all for nicknaming each other, but don't do that. Don't call. She
Mhm.
may have a bad day. It was always looking out for someone else.
Yeah. But we're grown now. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying we're grown. So you got to think a little different sometimes. That we're gonna do that some, and then we're gonna think of ourselves some.
Yeah,
So we still gonna look
yeah,
out for others. Can't help it. That's who
yeah.
we are. But God bless your soul. That you won't keep on doing it. We're gonna have a conversation. That's all. And if I'm doing wrong, pull me aside. Let's have a conversation. We're adults.
And if you don't want to have a kind of conversation, then you do the next part. Take it like you find it and leave it like it is.
We don't let her go on that. She wanted to say that all night long. So she got it. Take it like you find it and leave it like it is. Okay. Well, Gail, let's tell the people, as we always say, love
Love
God,
God,
love
love family,
family,
work
work
hard,
hard,
and
and
be
just be
kind.
kind. Peace. Restoring awesome warriors.